Hello to everyone. Welcome to IYRTalks English. One issue that is very relevant and is being discussed across the country today is Tamil Nadu politics and Vijay forming the government. A lot of people are asking this very pertinent question: why has the governor not invited him to form the government so far, and why is it getting delayed? Are there any politics in this? So let's just see 2 points here. One, the whole history of this coalition politics or rather unstable governments, how they have affected India. Two, the legal provisions, constitutional provisions. And third, the moral imperative. So in this context, let's discuss this issue. First, this whole idea of governor, his discretion, calling, not calling a leader of the house to form the government started with 1967. Before 1967, whether it is 1951, 56 or 61, all the three general elections, everywhere Congress won, both in the states as well as in the center. When Congress won with full majority, the question of governor using his discretion did not arise at all. This whole issue of governor using his discretion, calling someone to form a government and then recommending for dismissing the governments under Article 156, I think 156. All these things have come up from 1967 when a lot of opposition parties won but not able to win to be in a position to form a government on their own. Classic example is that of Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh after 1967, a lot of combinations came up. Congress still was the major party, but Charan Singh's party, socialist parties, Jan Sangh, all of them came together and then demanded and formed a government. But some of those ministers came out, and without giving Charan Singh an opportunity to prove his majority on the floor of the house, the then governor of Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Bejwad Gopal Reddy, dismissed that government. So that was the first time something like this happened, and there was a big uproar in the newspapers in those days, in the press and others, about the action of the governor. In fact, Mr. Bejwad Gopal Reddy remarked in those days, I always look at the God and the Constitution and take a decision. But whatever was his decision, it was one of the first controversial decisions of a governor in terms of using his discretion for forming of a government. That's when it started. Then of course the unstable governments became the order of the day. Article 156 was misused very badly by Mrs. Gandhi, who was then the Prime Minister. And a lot of governments, quite a number of times in Tamil Nadu itself, Karunanidhi's government was dismissed and under 156 and governor's rule was imposed. So this was going on in different states in different form, but finally Supreme Court gave a judgment in S.R. Bommai case, which forms the broad guidelines about the discretionary powers of the governor from then onwards. This is with reference to Karnataka. In those days, Bommai was the chief minister. Some of the MLAs withdrew support to him. Instead of asking him to prove his majority on the floor of the house, governor himself arbitrarily came to a conclusion that he has lost the majority and recommended to government of India to impose president's rule and dismiss this government. The 9-bench Supreme Court found fault with the decision and laid out an important point that the majority of the leader of the house will be decided not by the governor but by on the floor of the assembly. So this is a fundamental principle that they have laid out. So keeping this broader principle laid out by the Supreme Court, what are actually the constitutional provisions? Constitutional provisions under this are covered by Article 164, mostly Article 164, which just says governor shall appoint the chief minister, and on his advice, a council of ministers. This is broadly what the constitution says. But when you are a parliamentary constituency, that particular chief minister had to be the leader of the house. And as long as one party gets full majority, there is no doubt as far as the leader of the house is concerned, and the governor is bound to call him to form the government. That's one which is clear. Similarly, if there is a pre-poll alliance and that alliance wins, whoever is the leader of that alliance, he automatically becomes the leader of the house, and he has to be invited to form the government. But when there is no pre-poll alliance, there is no one party which gets full majority. That is a situation which is there in Tamil Nadu now. Vijay is there. Vijay has the mandate. Vijay has the maximum numbers, but that number falls short of the halfway mark. When that is the case, does the governor has any discretion? But he is bound to invite the leader of the largest single party. This is a point on which the whole issue is now getting attention. Well, the convention says governor has to invite the leader of the single largest party, because that's the way earlier governors has done, even the President of India has done. Shankar Dayal Sharma, in those days, I think 98 or so, around that time, invited Atal Bihari Vajpayee to form the government as the leader of the single largest party, which happened to be BJP at that point of time. But he was not able to muster the full support required to stay in power, and after calling for a parliament session, giving a beautiful speech, from there he went over to the president and submitted his resignation. This is Atal Bihari Vajpayee's case at that time. So, given this convention, given this legal position, given this history of coalition politics, where does Tamil Nadu things stand? Point is, if Vijay has pressed his claim as the leader of the single largest party, bound by convention, maybe governor might not have had much of a discretion. But Vijay went to the governor not as a leader of the single largest party. He cobbled up a small coalition, post-poll alliance of Congress, some CPM, etc. But even with them, he could not reach the midway point. So now the governor is asking, since you are not staking your claim as a leader of the single largest major party, but as a leader of a coalition, let me see your numbers and prove that you have the majority. So that's where the issue is today standing. So I don't think, if you look at it from the legal angle, constitutional angle, still governor has that discretion. Let's put that aside and look at it from a different angle. That is the political angle and the moral angle. Political and moral angle, governor is bound to invite Vijay to form the government, because Vijay's victory is some sort of a earthquake type of thing as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. He was able to really come up with a huge mandate. When people give that type of a mandate, they expect the person who took that mandate to form the government. So, right thing would have been morally and politically also to invite him to form the government. If he is able to get the necessary numbers, he will continue. If he doesn't, he will have to resign. He will have no other choice. But at least governor will go down as someone who has respected the mandate of the people. So that's where I think the governor has not addressed the issue properly on the moral and political side by not inviting Vijay to form the government. Thank you.